And you did perfect timing. And Jeffrey, if you are on, would you please open your mic, and if possible, if you want to, if you're willing, come on camera, and then give us the background and your question to Kyla.
Yeah, sure. I can't do the camera. It's
excellent. It's okay.
Buried under my desk, and
no problem.
I say you're not missing anything. So.
Go ahead, please.
Kyler, first I wanted to definitely offer absolute admiration for the passion that you have. I think actually in a first public address I made, that was one of the main points of my address, was that whatever your cause is, don't be casual about it, be passionate about it, and it doesn't really even matter what that cause is. If it's meaningful to you, it's probably meaningful to others, and you should pursue that with all the passion you have. And it's obvious that's exactly what you're doing. So I think that's fantastic.
Thank you, sir, Jeffrey.
Yep. And I think that's important, because I want to establish another level of kind of similarities between the two of us. Is that I've been pursuant of something myself. A lot of people on the call may know that I have a genetic disease called choroideremia. That when I started my life in the world at 27, started taking my eyesight, and by 31 I was completely blind, and now I'm an old man at 57, and I hardly comb my hair now because I can't see myself in the mirror anymore, and I'm not making light of the bathroom conversation of this topic, but I do have to somewhat chuckle, when the topic of bathrooms come up, because I would not have any idea what bathroom I'm in. In fact, no matter who's in there, I can't do any of the functionalities inside of a restroom without help from whomever is in there, and I'm talking help in every regard possible. Strangers guide me by the shoulders to get to all the different places. So, but so I've been in this for about 30 years and passionate about my cause, as you can well imagine. I've had fundraisers, and I've worked with the FDA and studied all their rules, and I even got to give a speech in front of the FDA lobbying for my cause, which was a pinnacle moment of mine, and it raised a couple $100,000 myself. So I feel like all that's in commonality with what you've done, and that's why I do have absolute respect with what you've done. Now here's where we're going to deviate a little bit, and I hope you can just accept that with all the sincerity that I truly do intend. But I believe that words are just shortcuts to meaning, right, in conversation. It's without it, you're left with just describing things, right? So we use words like elephant. Saying elephant, everybody on the room has all these specifics in their head that jumps in their mind when I say elephant. But if I had to describe an elephant, it'd take much longer. So the word elephant has meaning. And it just so happens my disease, choroideremia, is an X-linked disease. And what that means is that since I have XY chromosomes, it affects me differently than a person with XX chromosomes. And when I checked this morning, I have about well over 1,500 documents that have the only word that's mentioned in there more than choroideremia is man and woman, or male and female. And that's because men go blind from this disease completely, almost 100% guaranteed. Or I'll leave it with XY for now. And the XX chromosomes do not go blind. So those words, back to the elephant, have very specific meanings and facilitate conversations and help in an avenue to pursue a disease that has made my life, don't like to compare, but equally, and I would argue more so, unbearable in ways. I can't see myself in the mirror. And the LGBT movement, as valid as it is, when it conflates words that have meaning, that help my cause, and now all of a sudden those words no longer have that meaning anymore, unintentional as it might be, that has hurt my cause. And I was just wondering if that's something that has come up in your conversations, and if so, what message would you give to someone like myself who, unintentional as it might be, you have just this movement has hurt conversations and therefore pursuits and cures for some very traumatic health conditions.
Thank you, Jeffrey, very much for your comments. Actually, I'm disabled, and we work with the disabilities communities in intersection. There, as I laid out before, this is validated by many different authorities, physicians, and et cetera, and including geneticists. And there is much science behind this. So I'm not here to debate or change anybody's minds, but I'm here to share my story and to share understanding today. So, I leave that up to you and your research. I encourage everybody to go out and do the research and understanding on transgender people as well as their own illnesses or injuries. I'm not here to minimize anybody. I'm here to empower everyone. So
as was I.
Thank you very much. And I feel like you did. So thank you, sir. Have a great